Please welcome Jennifer Hamilton.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Hamilton. First, can you hear me? Yep. Yes. Thank you all for being here today. And those are my kids in the back of the room. And it's in part them. You know, that's a big part of why I'm running. I tell them all the time, like, if you see something that you think needs changing, then you got to make the change. You got to give everything a go, and if not you, then whom? Who's going to do that? And why I run as an independent. And I think that, like a lot of people, like, I'm not neatly in any party. My husband and I, we have owned a primary production business. We're chicken farmers. Tying that back, yep. We even had an abattoir. I have a business background, but I've used healthcare, right? We send our kids to schools here. I understand the labor side. In my early years, I lived and worked in national parks in America for a long time. Like, I understand the greens, and I think that you can do all of that without compromising. And I think that we just have to work as a team to get there. I also have a bigger vision of how I see Tasmania, and I see the Northwest and the West really leading that. And I see it as us leaning into being the makers, where we have the strong local economy, which in the future will help, I guess, safeguard us against looming debt, because we'll have more money. But I see that everything goes back to education. If we have strong education in school, where we have our young people leave school being able to read, being able to write, being able to understand numbers, even better, being able to understand finance, right? And then, as they get into high school, have skills training earlier. We have so many kids that leave after year 10 because they're, more physical, right? Let's equip them with what they need before they get to year 11. So by year 10, before they leave, they already have the skills. They're already, maybe, ideally, already through a certificate and have a pathway to step right into a local job for businesses that we have right here. Because we need the businesses, we need the jobs, and we need the people to be able to fill them. And so, why put my hand up? Because it's a big deal, right? Like, let's be real. To put your hand up as a politician, you are suddenly putting yourself out for public scrutiny. You have to very openly talk about what you believe and why you believe it. And you have to walk your talk. It's a big deal. But I think if anyone has parents or anyone that you've ever had, or even when you've looked up to someone and you admire them and they help you see how things can be, then you have to give things a go. You have to get in there and try to help create change. I'm ungrouped because I didn't realize that independents were grouping together. And you know what? And still, that's fine. Right? And I love that we have so many independent candidates because that shows, one, how diverse our region is, and two, there is so much heart and so much care that people are willing to stand up and put themselves forward in a place where people are generally somehow simultaneously respected and publicly hated. Right? It's quite the task, but you got to give it a go. As far as I know, one life, and you've got to make things better. And so that's where we are.